Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's RDF from FMSCOUT, and today's video we have a very attacking 4-3-3 tactic for you. It was created by myself and FMSCOUT. It's only going to be exclusive on FMSCOUT's website, so make sure you hit the link in the description below to get this tactic. With this tactic, I wanted to design something that's fairly attacking and fairly entertaining for you guys to watch. A tactic that will create lots of chances but also play good football. So we have different variations when it comes to attacking. Sometimes we overload, sometimes we overlap, and even sometimes we underlap in midfield. So when you are watching this tactic, you should enjoy it. It's fairly attacking, and it is always a bonus when your striker is the main goal scorer. My striker for this test was Daniel Marlin because I was PSV, and we absolutely aced the league, completely walked the league. In the Domestic Cup and the European Cup, we didn't do so well, mainly because I rotated my squad. I played a youth team in the cup competitions. I just wanted to save my players' legs for the league game so you guys can see how it performs in the league. So yes, spoiler alert, we did win the league, but how many goals did we score? How many chances did we create? And how many goals did we concede? How many goals did the striker score? We will see in the results. Before we do check out this tactic, make sure you guys are subscribed. We noticed that most of you subscribers do not have the notifications on, so make sure you turn on the notifications. Make sure you like this video and leave a comment. If there's a formation that you want me to try and create for you guys to make a video for, make sure you comment the formation that you want to see created. So now let's get started. So here we are, we have a 4-3-3, and like I said in the intro, it has different variations when it comes to attacking. So at times we can overload. Mostly the overload will happen on the right with the Mazzala dragging to the right, the inverted winger on attack, and the wing back who will be supporting. So sometimes there is a heavy overload on the right. On the left is kind of where you exploit the space. So as the opponents shift to the right, we have the inside forward ready to exploit any space created. He will also be underlapping with the advance forward. And in central midfield, we also have an overload situation happening. So we have a central midfielder on defend in central midfield, obviously, and just behind we have the register who has get further forward, so he will be making runs beyond the central midfielder, and that will create a kind of an overlap in central midfield, very difficult for the opponents to defend. So we are going to look at the tactic, the instructions, the team instructions, and then we're going to look at the results. And for player instructions, there aren't many player instructions, and some people are a fan of not having many player instructions. So I tried to create something that doesn't have many player instructions, and it's maybe easier for you guys to follow. So in goal, we have the sweeper keeper who is on the defense duty. The two fullbacks are wing backs on the support. Both of them have sit narrower. They will be more involved in the play, more involved in the build up, rather than just staying wide and stretching play. In defense, we have two central defenders who are kind of fairly defensive players, obviously, but I feel ball playing defenders are more attacking versions of a defender. I didn't want to go for that. I just went for a central defender with take more risks. In defensive midfield, we have the register who is on the support duty, and his instruction is to get further forward. He will be overlapping the central midfield on the defense duty. He is also the playmaker in the team, so when you are building up from the back, he will be collecting and receiving a lot of the ball. In central midfield, we have central midfielder on defend. He has closed down more, tackle harder, and mark tighter. Now, he is kind of the ball winner in this team without actually using the ball winning midfielder role. The reason why I didn't want to go for that, I feel that they are way too aggressive. They kind of leave the position a lot, and I actually need him to hold his position in central midfield. He will be doing a lot of covering. If the register gets further forward, he will be closing down more, trying to win the ball back, basically covering for the register and also for the wing back on the left hand side. So he will need a lot of stamina because we are closing down a lot anyway, and he will be covering a lot. His partner is the Mazzala on the attack. He has no instructions. He will be mainly drifting out on the right hand side, helping creating overloads on the right hand side. Our two attacking wingers, we have the inside forward on attack on the left hand side. He is there to basically exploit any space created with the overlap on the right, and on the right hand side we have the inverted winger who is someone that when receiving the ball he will look to dribble inside of the pitch. So he is kind of an attacking player, risky player, and I would mostly advise if you have a player that's inverted, likes to come in, make sure you have a player covering him, because if he loses the ball, especially in central areas, that can leave your team pretty open. And up top, we have the advanced forward. Again, no instructions. He's just going to be stretch and play, trying to get into the channels between the central defenders and the fullbacks. He is our main goal scorer. He will be pinning back the opponent's defense. For the team instructions, we are on positive mentality. You can go attacking if you feel you want to be more attacking. If you want to try and score more goals, ultimately, you can go for the attacking mentality. I went with positive because I like to see some ball retention to some extent, because I just like seeing and enjoying nice football. The attacking width is set to fairly wide, so that is standard with the mentality. Approach play, we are going to be passing it into space, trying to unlock the opponent's defense. For the approach movements, we are only overlapping on the right. There is no overlap on the left, or there is no underlap on the left. Naturally, the underlap should happen with the advanced forward. It would happen more if the central striker was maybe on a support role or asked to hold up the ball. But nonetheless, the underlap should happen, and it should happen when it is needed to. We are overlapping on the right, but we want that to happen on a greater extent, so that will continuously happen during the match. We are going to be playing out of defense also. For the passing directness, we have gone with shorter, try and keep some ball retention, but with the tempo we are on extremely high. We want to try and make things happen in a quick fashion. In the final third, we have mixed crosses, and we also have run at the defense when we are dribbling, or just when our attacking players are on the ball, they are instructed to run at the defense. That can then lead to free kicks, corners, and even penalties. When possession has been lost, we are going to be counter pressing, and when possession has been won, we are going to be making our counter movements. When the goalkeeper is in possession, he will be throwing it long to distribute it to the fullbacks. When you are throwing it long, it's kind of an attacking instruction because you are throwing it over a longer distance rather than taking short kicks where the goalkeeper will drop it out of his hands and try and play the ball with his feet. And with throw it long, of course, like it says on the tin, he is going to be throwing it longer. When the team is out of possession, the defensive shape, we are going to be playing an offside trap because we do have a higher defense line. That is something that is kind of recommended. It's not exclusive, it's not a rule. If you are playing a high defense line, you do not have to use offside trap, but it is recommended. It kind of complements a high defense line. And we also have the much higher line of engagement, try and win the ball back basically quick as possible. For the defensive width, we are defending narrowly, so we are forcing the opponents on the outside. The pressing intensity is set to extremely urgent. We are preventing the short goalkeeper distribution, and for the tackling, we are going to get stuck in. Now, for the set pieces, we didn't really set any. We just have attacking throw-in and we have attacking corners, I think. So, for the corners, the attacking corners, this is what it looks like. On the right-hand side, we are going to be kicking it to the near post. And make sure we have our defenders, our central defenders at the near post, basically. So, we have a defender attacking the near post and lurking at the near post with the striker marking the goalkeeper and a attacking player at the far post. For the attacking corner on the left, literally the exact same thing. For the throw-ins, attacking down the right hand side, we are going to be throwing it long into the box with bodies into the box, and on the left is literally the exact same thing again. So that is the tactic. Now we are going to be looking at some of the results. So we are going to go to the competitions, and you can see in the Eredivisie we did manage to win the league. Well, we just stormed the league basically. We walked it, absolutely walked it. We played 34 games, we drew none, and we lost 2. We managed to draw no games throughout the whole season. Incredible. We scored 88 goals, which is the most in the league, so job complete. And we had the best defense in the league, which is something I wasn't too worried about, but it's always a bonus to have a good defense. If we check the home record, we played 17 and we won 17. We won every single home game. For the away game, we won 15 out of 17, which is a very good record, only losing 2. For the statistics, you can see that we scored the most goals with 88 goals scored in the league, but we didn't have the best expected goals for. That was Ajax, which is going to be fairly difficult because Ajax is just a complete level ahead compared to the rest of the teams in the league. For the conversion rate though, we did have the second best conversion rate, and for an aggressive team that is a very good statistic. We did score the most from corners, so you did see the corner routine, so shout out to the corner routine. Goals from corners, we scored 13 goals from corners. When it comes to the defence, you can see we had the best defence in the league, no question about that. We conceded none from corners, which is very impressive, and we had 21 clean sheets, again very impressive. For the top goal scorer in the league was Daniel Marlin with 26 goals, sorry, I almost struggled there. He scored 26 goals, David Neres scored 25, that is very good return for a winger, but we have Marlon there with 26 goals. But for the conversion rate, we have Mohamed Ihataren. He had the best conversion rate in the league with 37% conversion rate. That is very, very good. He took 27 shots, scoring 10 of those. Very good. And for the assist, we have our left back Philip Max on 13 assists, Marco van Ginkel on 10 assists. Also during the season, our left back Philip Max played 170 key passes, which was the second most in the league. Absolutely incredible. So now we are going to look at the team report. We're going to check our attacking efficiency, and you can see we were very aggressive and very clinical. That is an impressive statistic there for PSV, who stormed the league, absolutely walked the league. You can see here for the general performance as well. Generally, we are outperforming the average in the league. And for our defensive efficiency, very, very good. Again, we were quiet and we were impenetrable. Now we can look at our squad statistics. Daniel Marlin, who played 33 games, managed to score 26 goals. Zahavi played 27 games, scoring 12. Mohamed Ihataren playing 24 games and scoring 11. They were the main goal scorers, but you can see throughout the squad, it was spread through. So we have a few players on 8 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals, especially 3 goals. We have a few players there and a few players who scored 2 goals. So the goals were spread out throughout the team. Again, that is something that we like to see. For the assist, Philip Max had the most with 13, Marco van Ginkel with 10. But again, assist is something that is spread out through the whole team. So this is a teamwork tactic. So now what we're actually going to do is go into a match. We're going to watch a match on highlights so you guys can get an idea of the style of play. You can watch the tactic in motion. So we're going to watch. So that goal there was from a long throw. Now we have a defensive throw, so it looks like we are going to be playing out from the back here. So here's Dumfries on the ball, running wide on that flank. So you can see here a nice overload on the right hand side with the inside forward on the left hand side, just in space basically, ready to exploit any gaps or any space created. And then most likely he will be on a 1v1 situation against the defender or the goalkeeper. Now we have a penalty. Marlon steps up and he bangs it, absolutely buries it into the bottom corner. 2-0 to PSV against FC Emnen. I think that's how you pronounce it. Here is a disallowed goal, so it's from a set piece, which was disallowed, of course. So this is a goal. It came from a defensive situation actually, and then we went on a counter attack. You can see Van Ginkel running out wide on the right hand side. Again, we have 3 bodies on the right hand side. Sangere coming and helping out with the overload. So nice playing out from the back there with the inside forward coming deeper to collect the ball and playing a nice ball for Ihataren, and it is now 3-0 to PSV. That was probably the pick of the goal so far. Again, nice and patient kind of build up from the back, with the register and the central midfielder on the defense working hard with the build up, and nice little 1-2 switch play on the right hand side, and there we are with the striker just lurking in front of the goalkeeper, ready waiting for that cross. So here we are. This is how we conceded our goal. There's a worrying gap there in our channels between the right back and the central defender. That was very, very worrying. But of course, your tactic is not going to be 100% perfect. So next we're going to watch another disallowed goal just because we can. It came from a long throw in. There's Marlon and Romero scores, but it was disallowed. So that was the tactic in motion, and you can see so many greens when it comes to the fixture list, the schedule. With the Reds coming against Ajax, we lost 3-0 away to Ajax. To be fair, we did have some key players, but that is not an excuse. Losing is not good enough, and we lost 1-0 against AZ, who are the two probably the best teams besides me in the league. So not too disappointing. We did manage to beat both of them on the return fixture at home, so again, it's not the worst or most worrying situation. So that is the tactic. It is a 4-3-3, very creative, very attacking by FMSCOUT and myself. Lots of greens in the fixture list, so this is a winning tactic. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Don't forget, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Some of you guys are not receiving your notifications. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Leave a comment if you want to see me try and create another tactic, so you can suggest a formation, and like the video. I will see you soon. Peace out. Please stay safe.